right, Coach. Hey, I appreciate you.
All right, welcome in. Good afternoon. It is April 14th, and you are here with Scoreboard Therapy. I'm your host today. My name is Drew Thomas with my co-host.
I'm Ernie Krause.
All right, we got a lot to talk about today. We are going to go over some Cubs and Sox. We got NBA bracket, and we got the NFL draft preview later on. So, just start it off, Ernie. Cubs this weekend. How do we feel about them?
That was embarrassing. Honestly, okay, so home weekend stand against a division rival. You know, you would expect the Cubs to at least come out good or at least win this series. I mean, let's not forget, the Cubs still have yet to sweep an opponent, whereas the White Sox already have this year. And last year it took them until the second half of the season to sweep anyone. So this is very frustrating from the Cubs. And I think one moment from that weekend exemplifies how irritated I am with this team than with a particular at-bat from Matt Shaw. Now, this was from the Saturday game where the Cubs lost 4-3. So he is at bat. Nico Horner reached base after he got on base after the pitcher couldn't do a throw out, and Dansby Swanson is at third as he started at second to start the inning as we're in the bottom of the 11th. Cubs down by 1. There's nobody out. Counsell is relaying something to Shaw after he took a ball to make it 1-0. But here's what really gets me. Now, of course, Shaw is going to take this pitch for a ball. It's going to be inside again, so it's 2-0. I'm sorry, that was a foul out. But the next pitch, it's a ball to make it 2-1. So, but my thing is, how come not once does Shaw ever show bunt? Like, you'll see, this whole at bat, there's nobody out. You got two guys in scoring position. You should first think, tie this game up, and then you should be able to have someone else be able to knock in the game-winning run. Now, it's 2-1 now. Unfortunately, Shaw never shows bunt, and it's going to be a lazy flyout that goes to shallow right field that's caught very easily, and no one's going to tag up on that. Maybe if you're Usain Bolt, you'd tag up on that, but no one worth their salt would. And then after that, Bregman fouls out. They intentionally walk Ian Happ, and then they get Seiya Suzuki to pop up. Cubs lose the game. And it was a miracle that Sunday they had that big comeback against the Pirates to win that game. But the fact is, they are not playing smart baseball, and I don't know what it is. Like, we brought in Craig Counsell, the Cubs brought in Craig Counsell because of what he was able to do in Milwaukee. As Cubs fans, we saw what he was able to do with Milwaukee. He brought this nothing team that didn't do a lot in their history and made them a formidable force in the NL Central. And he's coming over here, and I'm just not seeing it. Like, I'm not seeing smart baseball be played. There's no strategy. It's like they're just winging it.
Well, one thing that, again, and especially in the bottom of the 11th, the Matt Shaw not bunting, again, it is a little bit early in the season. Obviously, the Cubs are having a little bit of a cold start. They have some problems with pitching. They've been losing a lot of games by the Pirates are one team right now who the Pirates have almost, scored almost 10 runs against most of their opponents during the season. And it's kind of insane that the Pirates went from one of the worst teams in the league, and now they're at the top of the division. Pirates baseball somehow is back, and one guy that I thought on the Pirates team, Connor Griffin, he was brought up recently as the number one prospect in baseball. Now, he hasn't shown up in the stat sheet that well. I think he's only batting about 150, 138. 152. But with that being said, the Pirates are finding ways to win games, and again, a lot of it is a little bit what you were talking about what the Cubs aren't doing. They aren't playing a little bit of small ball. They need to kind of move runners over. find out ways to, hey, runner on second and third, let me try to hit a ground ball somewhat to the right side. That will score a run any way, shape, or form. Like doing little things to win baseball games. And it seems like this season, like early in the season with the Cubs, they are looking for that big home run that like just wins them the game. And it's not coming up.
No, not at all.
We're seeing Bregman with a little bit of a cold start. Again, pitching is a big problem right now with the Cubs with a lot of injuries and and now they're going into. They played Philly yesterday and they got again blown out 13-7.
That was absolutely ridiculous. I was following the game and I was just like, oh no, especially when the Phillies got into double digits. It's just But you want to know the other thing with that Pirates series? They didn't face Paul Skeens once. So you would think, oh, maybe they've got a chance because when Paul Skeens is on the mound, it's a lot harder than it otherwise would be. But, you know, like you said, they're not doing small ball. They just want to whack it as far as humanly possible, which, I mean, yeah, is fun, but you got to think about, you know, doing these small things in the long run. Otherwise, you're not going to win many ball games. And
again, that's where we're seeing like the Pirates, who are at the top of the division. They're hitting the long. They have their star players hitting the long ball. They're playing small ball. They're stealing bases. If they get O'Neal Cruz going, the Pirates have a dangerous team, and they have a lot of vets on the team that are able, again, put the ball in play, and they know, even though they didn't know how to win last year, they're figuring out ways to win this year. Very still early to the season. Cubs will find a way to start getting things going soon, but am I hitting the emergency button right now? No, but I'd like to see a little bit of a rhythm going in heading into May. Haven't really seen anybody light it up on the Cubs side yet.
Yeah, and one more thing about the Cubs before I forget. Shota had a no-hitter going through 6 innings on Friday, and then he gets pulled out, and what happens immediately? Pirates hit a 2-run home run to take the lead and end up winning the game.
And that's just early Chicago sports right now. But
yeah.
We'll shift gears. We're going to head to the White Sox. So first, we have a nice little highlight reel that we found of a recent jersey retirement. We have Ozzie Guillen being White Sox being retired. We have Ozzie Guillen, number 13, is being retired. We found a little tribute video of him that we're just going to throw on up. But no, Ozzie Guillen, what he's done for the city of Chicago. I mean, he ended an 88-year drought for the Whites. He was one of the first Latino managers. Yes, he was the first Latino manager to win the World Series. I know you do have some White Sox fandom in you. So what do you feel about Ozzie?
I will say this with Ozzie as the player was all right. You know, he did win AL Rookie of the Year in 1985 and made 3 All-Star appearances, but you know, his playing career, it was so-so, though it did last 15 years, so definitely a lot of longevity. But as a manager, it's completely different. Ozzie absolutely injected a lot into this team, and I know a lot of people like to joke with the Sox about, oh, no one shows up to the games. When Ozzie was manager, each and every year, 2004 to 2011, you can look this up, the Sox were top 10 in attendance, and ever since Ozzie got fired after the 2011 season, it just, you know, they were top 10 for 2012 and 2013, but then after that, you know, they kind of went on a bit of a drought where they were like middle of the pack in attendance, and it wasn't until 2021 when they had that team come together that fell apart about just as quickly. But even with, you know, whether it was NBC Sports Chicago and even right now with CHSN, Ozzie has still been sticking by the team and also keeping it real. Like, he is definitely the media personality that the Sox still need to this day. And, you know, maybe it would be even better if he was in the dugout still, but Ozzie truly was the guy that made Southside baseball into must-see TV.
Oh, absolutely. The 05 being around for a team with like Juan Pierre, Jermaine Dye, and Paul Konerko, a team that played small ball. And we talk about like the Pirates and the Cubs need to play a little bit more small ball, but that was a team who out of nowhere went on an 11-1 postseason run. We haven't seen that before, and end up winning the World Series. And just what Ozzie was able to do for that team to create a culture on the south side of Chicago, when really has always been a little bit more prevalent of having that fan base that Ozzie Guillen has created. And I think his kids played in the city of Chicago. And
absolutely.
Like that. So his roots are here. He is south side as it gets. And for the White Sox, I think it is an amazing thing that they are retiring his number. And again, with that being said, the White Sox this year, that not as bad as one in the past years. White Sox have been sadly a little bit of a laughing stock, but recently, I mean, you have reasons to go watch them. You have I always say his name wrong, Murakami. You have Murakami, like, again, putting up a show. You have some young guys out there that like you want to go to White Sox games and watch these guys play. Are they winning a bunch of games? No, I believe they're still in last, but with that being said, it's still fun to watch.
Absolutely.
And that's the whole point. They're having this fun baseball. We want to go watch it, and it's enjoying the game, and that's where we feel the tide turning a little bit for the White Sox on the south side.
Absolutely. Always want to see an exciting young core like them.
All right. So next, we will have the NBA bracket here on Scoreboard Therapy with your two new hosts, with Josh and Eric. Find out what their takes are next.
For bulls and their riders, these journeys started before they were even born.
Oh, you think this is a game? Nah, this right here, this is the NBA G League. The world's most game-recognized game league. The most groundbreaking league. Most get-that-weak-stuff-out league. The most graduated league. Welcome to the world's most G League.
NBAstore.com, the official online store of the NBA, and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NBA fan gear. With unique designs by Fanatics, Nike, and all the latest styles for every NBA team. Plus, one-of-a-kind products and authentic collectibles. Shop now and get today's special offer. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
Prepare to experience an adrenaline shot of raw excitement like never before. The Professional Bull Riders Teams Championship is coming to Las Vegas. The world's top bull riders are teaming up and going head-to-head for the ultimate title of champions. October 20th through 22nd at T-Mobile Arena. Get your tickets now at AXS.com. Be a part of history and witness one team walk away with it all.
All right. Welcome back to Scoreboard Therapy. And I am your host, Joshua Williams, and I'm here with
the coach, Eric White.
And today we're going to be talking about the NBA playoff bracket. It's going to be some great matchups, I ain't going to lie. Some key matchups. And I feel like in terms of like matchups, I feel like the first seed and the second seed, they could honestly get knocked out like earlier this year. Especially, I'm looking at the Pistons really, but like they can get knocked out. But we're gonna talk about the first matchup here, and the first matchup we're talking about is the Knicks and the Hawks. To be honest with you, man, as a Knicks fan, I'm a little worried. The matchup right there is kind of bad.
Yeah.
Simply off the fact that they have Nickeil Alexander-Walker and they have Dyson Daniels, who are two great defenders, and they can switch off with Brunson if they need to. But honestly, like when the series is done, I still got the Knicks in like 6. But I think the Hawks can get 2 games from the Knicks.
As a Knicks fan, I'd be worried too, honestly, because the matchups just don't favor you. Although you got, I think, better all-stars. I think Jalen Brunson is probably one of the best point guards in the league.
For sure.
And Cat I don't think he ever really kind of makes his mark when it comes to the playoffs. Like he has very good seasons, but never really makes it in the playoffs. And then we talk matchups. Jalen Brunson is always at a disadvantage because of his size. He's just a little bit smaller than most. So when you start to double him or start to push him in uncomfortable places, he has nowhere to give the ball up to. So I think that's where the Knicks fall into their problem. But, I mean, honestly, they are a little bit hard-nosed, though. They do play defense. So, I mean, it comes down to whether you can get stops or not. And, honestly, when the Knicks need them, they can get them. So, that's going to be a real tight series, though. I think that's probably one of the tightest series in the playoffs so far.
Okay.
Yep.
And then the next matchup we're going to be talking about is Cavs-Raptors. I think the Cavs got an easy win right here. I'd rather play the Raptors than the Hawks, but they got the Raptors. I would go Cavs in Cavs in like 5, bro.
Yeah.
I get the Raptors like 1 game. Cavs are they're very constructed right now to win this series, and I think it's pretty easy.
Chemistry. This series comes down to chemistry. The Raptors have always been just kind of that even keel. They kind of even themselves out. They don't really have a burst either way. They got pretty good defense, but when it comes down to who has the best chemistry, the Cavaliers have proven to make that trade for James Harden was definitely a good one for them. I was one of the people who kind of ridiculed that trade. I thought that getting rid of probably their best player and their point guard was probably a bad idea, but for them it worked out. It really did.
So
it opened it up for Donovan Mitchell to kind of take a few breaks because James Harden is there, and then you got those big guys that they come to play, man. They come to play. I like the Cavs.
Yeah, Cavs got it. I think another matchup that that we're going to be talking about soon is we're going to be talking about the 76ers and the Magic. This is for play-in territory, 7 and 8 seed. I do think Philly is a better team. I think Philly does have an opportunity to, get the win. Magic is cool though. Like the Magic are a great defensive team. I just think offensively they don't have anything offensively that can match up with the 76ers, even though Embiid's he's injured, which kind of shifts the tide because I think like he is a very dominant center, and he could cook like Wendell Carter Jr. But
Absolutely. It's
kind of just like going off of him. I still think Maxi's gonna have himself a series, but I do like Suggs on Maxi because they have like same thing with the Hawks. The Magic are that defensive team that they have like the size to match up with anybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's kind of like but I still got the 76ers.
Length is always a plus, which is why I think also that Houston has such a huge advantage because of all the length that they have. But when it comes down to this series in particular, Sixers are only going to go as far as Maxey can take them, pretty much. I mean, that is their ace in the hole. As long as he plays well, the people around him tend to play better. But I think the key in this series is Pablo. Pablo is going to be the one. He's going to be the kind of the X factor. Carter always gives you exactly what you need. Again, Suggs can match up with just about any guard on the other side. But who do you put on Banchero? Who do you think can slow him down this series?
I think they're gonna have to put Dominic Barlow on him or something.
And he's in trouble.
And he's in trouble
the entire
Paolo
series.
is a problem.
He's a problem,
Chad.
He is a problem. But that other kid, Black.
Yeah,
I like him too.
He's 6'5",
there you go.
6'6",
and his offensive output is amazing.
He can shoot. He can play defense. They have a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
I take Orlando in that series.
You got Orlando? Okay, I got 76.
I take Orlando.
For this next one, we got the Heat and the Hornets. I respectfully Got the Hornets, the Heat. They're just not that team anymore. They just need to blow it up, honestly. They need to go get somebody in this draft and blow it up. I think the Hornets been one of the more hotter teams in the NBA, so I think it's their time to win.
Yeah, the Hornets 3-pointers. They can light it
They
up
can
and
shoot, bro.
In the league, the way it's played right now, the way they shoot threes, it puts them at an advantage. If they can make shots, they can win this series. But the difference here is the experience. The Heat have a lot of experience in playing tournaments. They know how to survive, and they have that veteran kind of leadership a little bit. So when it comes down to those brass times in games where you need your output or you need people to produce, I think the Heat come in with an advantage. Powell is pretty good down the stretch. You don't have to put
Powell's
the ball,
a hooper, man.
You don't have to put the ball in Adebayo's hands, but at the same time, if you do, you still get points out of it. So so Miami does have an advantage when it comes to that experience. But I mean, the Hornets got firepower.
They hiding it up. They got
Firepower counts.
They got two players who they're leading the league in threes. Like Con Knupple's 1 right now, and Carmelo is 2. That's the first time since Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
Yeah, they got 3 people in the top 5, don't they? They got 3 people in the top 5. If I'm not mistaken,
do they?
I think so.
I know it's Con and LaMelo. Like they're in the top. They're top 2 right now. I don't know who's in the 5.
You got Ball, Miller, and Knuppel. Yeah, first, third, and fourth.
Miller's 4.
Yeah, no, Miller is 3rd.
Oh,
Miller is 3rd.
Okay, so they got some hoopers. Yeah, I got Hornets.
They got some shooters. Man, listen, I take in this league, man. You take firepower
for sure.
If you can score, you take that team. And real talk, I'll take the Hornets in that series too.
For sure, me too. And then we're gonna shift our attention to the West.
Let's go to the West.
The West. We're gonna start with the 4-5 seed like we did in the East. We're gonna do Lakers, Houston. In terms of Lakers and Houston, I won't be surprised if Houston sweep them. Houston might sweep the Lakers just because of the fact that Luke is out, Reeves is out, and you're relying on a 41-year-old LeBron James to lead a team with DeAndre Ayton and Rui Hachimura to victory. It's not gonna happen. I don't even think they're getting a game. Give me Houston at 4.
Yeah, I am by far one of the. I am not a Lakers fan at all. I'm not a Doncic fan. I'm not a LeBron fan. It doesn't affect my ability. I respect those players, what they do, but at the same time, just team wise, chemistry wise, I think it's KD's year. I think KD's takes them almost to the conference finals. I think that's as far as Houston gets, but they definitely have a better, younger team built around KD that's going to give them some firepower in the playoffs this year.
Okay, so we got Houston, and then the next matchup we got, we're gonna bring up our attention to the matchup that's always good, always excellent. We got Denver, Minnesota. Every time they match up, it's always always a great series. Last time they matched up, it was 2024. Timberwolves got the win. In 7, I remember that because it happened when I was graduating. I was walking on stage watching the game. I was like, that was a great series. So I would say, I think it's different though. I think the Nuggets got it this year. They've been on a streak as of lately. I think they've found their identity, especially defensively, because they've always been lacking defensively. Offensively, I don't gotta worry. They have Nikola, they have Jamal. We don't gotta worry about them. Offensively, defensively is where they lack, but I think they have their identity. I think Tim Hardaway Jr. has been doing his thing. I think Cam Johnson has been doing. They found their identity defensively, and I think they can match up well against the Nuggets. Not the Nuggets, the Timberwolves, and I think I don't know. Randall's body doesn't. His body's not holding up. He hasn't shown me something like greatness. The Timberwolves are great defensively, but offensively, they just not good spacing. They just can't find a rhythm.
They don't have enough. They don't have enough. And they're 2 people ball dominant. I mean, it's either Randall or Ant going at it. Everybody else kind of picks up the pieces around them, which has allowed them to be very good this year. But they are definitely 2 ball dominant. You have some, when you have players on your team. I remember Gobert early in the season complaining that Ant and Randall, they just don't, share the ball enough. And you can see it during some stretches because Minnesota does have very good stretches. When Ant is good, he's good, and Minnesota is good. But when it comes down to Denver, they have way more. They have a better team. As simple as that. Both teams have very exceptional athletes. Denver's got the better team. Good. Simple, hands down.
All right, and then we're gonna move our attention to the play-in. We got the 7 and 8. We got the Suns and the Trailblazers. Man, I think this might be one of the better one of the better games out there because I think the Trailblazers are a very underrated team. They have Denny Avia, who's a just consistently underrated, appreciated all-star.
Absolutely.
They have Drew Holiday, who's consistently going out there and making stuff happen. They got Jeremy Grant, who does his thing. So I think it's a good matchup, but I still got the Suns. I think the Suns know what they're doing right now. They know like how to, you feel me?
Yep.
They know how to like they have like a constructed team where they just know like what pieces to pick and this and that. I got the Suns.
Yeah, I think everything that Portland did in the offseason was to make themselves better defensively. Right. And they did that. Drew Holiday, perfect pickup for a defensive man. And then you got Jeremy Grant. All these people they have put on their team has been to make them a better defensive team gearing for the playoffs. But then the unfortunate part is that you run up against Phoenix, who is so good offensively. Devin
man.
Booker, he's his last 4 games he's had 30 plus.
He's just cooking.
So I don't believe in Devin Booker. I'll be honest. I don't really think that he can get them over the hump. But again, man, I'll go with firepower, and I think Phoenix walks away with the win in this series too. So
okay, we got Phoenix, and then the final matchup we got to talk about these Warriors and Clippers. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna be honest. I love the Warriors, but I don't think there's no way they're beating the Clippers. The Clippers started off the season sorry, Drew, but they're not beating the Clippers because the Clippers started off really bad and just turns it around to a winning record.
Yeah,
they're 42-40. I think Tyronn Lue might win Coach of the Year. That's how good they've been playing. Give me the Clippers.
Yeah. Well, in this one, I'm gonna take I'm gonna step out on a limb here a little bit. I'm gonna go with the Warriors. I'm one of them people who think you can never count Steph Curry out.
That's respect.
I don't think you can. I think that,
but you can't count Kawhi.
Oh, you absolutely can't. So again, on the sense of veteran leadership, you got Kawhi on one side and you got Curry on the other. So, and when it comes down to crunch time, I'm sorry again, I always go with firepower. I think Steph has proven over and over and over and over again that if you give them the ball and a chance to win the game, they'll find a way. And please, I am one of those people who are not so critical on Draymond Green. I think he's a key in any win, especially for the Warriors. So
all right. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in. This has been Scoreboard Therapy, and catch you next time.
Yep.
We all have our journeys that we cannot shy away from. For bulls and their riders, these journeys started before they were even born.
Oh, you think this is a game? Nah, this right here, this is the NBA G League. The world's most game-recognized game league. The most groundbreaking league. Most get that weak stuff out league. The most graduated league. Welcome to the world's most G League.
NBAstore.com, the official online store of the NBA, and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NBA fan gear. With unique designs by Fanatics, Nike, and all the latest styles for every NBA team, plus one-of-a-kind products and authentic collectibles. Shop now and get today's special offer. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
Prepare to experience an adrenaline shot of raw excitement like never before. The Professional Bull Riders Teams Championship is coming to Las Vegas. The world's top bull riders are teaming up and going head-to-head for the ultimate title of champions. October 20th through 22nd at T-Mobile Arena. Get your tickets now at AXS.com. Be a part of history and witness one team walk away with it all.
All right. Welcome back to Scoreboard Therapy. And this segment, we're going to be talking about the NFL Draft. I'm Joshua Williams, and I'm here with my co-host,
Adam Schneider.
and we're going to be talking about our NFL mock draft, starting with the first overall pick, which we can agree is
It's Fernando
unanimously-
Mendoza.
It's
The thing
Mendoza.
And the thing about Fernando Mendoza is, like, you're drafting him based off of his football IQ. He got a perfect season in Indiana, won the Heisman, and won the national title. You had the perfect trifecta of just wins right there. And we've seen it through the national title, how well he's played. He had that run on the 4th and 5, ran through, got the touchdown. But overall, just kind of going back to what I said just now, the football IQ is what you're looking for in Fernando.
Okay. And then now we got the second pick, which is, it's a toss-up. I personally got David Bailey going to, but who do you have going to?
I have Arvell Reese going.
Alvaro is going to, which either one is okay. I feel like, certain teams need certain players. I just feel like this team needs an edge more than they do need
No, and I agree with that to an extent. With Arvell Reese, you kind of get that full package right there. He was a just big dude. He was also just a fantastic linebacker at Ohio State. One of the core pieces next to Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs, who we will get to in a little bit here. But Arvell Reese is just a fast guy. He can get to the quarterback, and he can just go through that offensive line.
I mean, Jets gonna do Jet things, but
Undevelop him?
they're gonna mess up somehow. Third pick. This is where I have Reese coming off the board. Who do you have for your third pick?
I got Jeremiah Love going to the Cardinals.
You got him going to the Cardinals. Okay,
Yes.
I got Alvaro Reese going to the Cardinals just because I think they need like help defensively. So why not go get him?
They do, but they also need help offensively outside of Marvin Harrison Jr. and Trey McBride. So you get that running back core as well. You get that running back going into the season into 26-27, and with the way Jeremiah Love was just producing at Notre Dame, has made runs that make you go out of your seat. Like, how did he do that? Like, where did he go? And he just has that ability to make you miss. He has great hands, great feet, can make the player miss. And I think for that reason, especially since James Conner, who is also with the Cardinals, got an ACL tear, I think Jeremiah Love will be just a great replacement for him.
Okay. And then the fourth pick with the Titans, this is where I got Jeremiah Love off the board, off of the simple fact that him paired with Cam Ward, because Cam Ward can use his legs, so that opens up the floor a lot for him. Let's say he scrambles. I do like the placement of Jeremiah Love there, and I just think that offense takes a whole another step with Jeremiah Love. So I got Jeremiah Love to the Titans.
Jeremiah Love to the Titans. Interesting.
Who you got?
Well, I got an interesting one for you. I got Cardinal Tate going to the Titans.
So you're going to pair him with – I mean, either way, Cam Ward needs help.
Cam Ward does need help.
He needs help. So I just thought as a
And Cardinal Tate
receiver.
And Cardinal Tate, kind of adding on to that, at Ohio State was a Batman-Robin combo with obviously Jeremiah Smith being the Batman and Carnell being the Robin. But him by himself, especially with the skill set that Cam Ward has, I think will just be utilized and it'll kind of spread out that offense more, especially if you can get a good running back later on in the draft.
All right. Which I think Jeremiah Love is like a one in a high type of running back. So I kind of just feel like you gotta pick him where you know what I'm saying, you can get him, because I don't think there's no running back as good as him in this draft. So with the fifth pick, I'll let you go first because I have the reason why I picked my player for you know what I'm saying, for the Giants.
All right. Okay, I see what you're saying. I got Sonny Styles going to the Giants.
Okay, we agree on something.
All right. Sonny Styles is also just
Respect.
a fantastic linebacker. He also, along with Arvell Reese, that was a 1-2 duo. They were monsters at Ohio State.
Yeah,
and getting Sonny Styles, I think, for you, since the Giants do need a linebacker, another one to help shore up that front seven, I think that just cleans it up even more, and I think you're going to have a scarier defense going into the 26-27 year.
I just feel like with Dexter Lawrence kind of just like asking for a trade, I feel like my thought process is I think they're flipping him to the Jaguars for BTJ, and that's where we get our receiver, another receiver we need, and freeing up that space. This is where we take the 5th to go draft Sonny Styles. That's my thought process of why I picked Sonny Styles. Otherwise, I'd have just picked Cardell Tate, but I feel like that's gonna happen.
Either way, I know you've mentioned that you wanted an Ohio State
player. Yeah, Ohio State player has to be drafted. Like I'm not tuning nobody else.
And just, looking so far at the top 5 picks that we have so far, for me, I got 3 players from Ohio State going in the top 5. Going kind of recapping, I got Arvell Reese going to the Jets, Carnell Tate going to to Tennessee, and Sonny Styles going to the Giants.
I got 2. I got Reese going to the Cardinals, and then I got the Giants taking Styles. So, and then we got the 6th pick, which the 6th pick, I got Francis. I'm not saying his last name. I'm sorry again. I'm not butchering.
I also
your
have
last
Francis
name,
Mauigoa.
Not butchering your last name. So
It's Mauigoa.
Mauigoa.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mauigoa.
so Francis Mauigoa. Yeah. All right. So yeah.
It's hard to pronounce a couple of those names.
Yeah. That's why I'm not trying to mess up. So I'm just trying to,
I mean, you're getting a big human being coming out of Miami. I mean, we're talking big. He can just stick into the front lines. He will be there, get into the dirtier side of things, and he will hold down your best linebacker or edge. He is a fantastic offensive tackle in my eyes.
Respect. And then you got the 7th pick. This is where I got Tate off the board. I just feel like he's a perfect piece for this team. Who you got at your 7?
7, I got David Bailey from Texas Tech.
So this is where you have him.
I have him going to Washington.
I don't know. I feel like Jaden Daniels going to Cardell Tate is perfect. Like, it's going to open up his game so much more because it was kind of just like the Terry show. It's really just the Terry show. So, like, pairing him with Terry is like, okay, well, we got somebody else you could throw to. And just it opens up the floor, his game so much more.
I'll leave a quick note on this because Washington's defense was not very good last year. So adding
I get
David Bailey would definitely it'll upgrade that. Number 8, I got Reuben Bain going to the Saints.
I got Caleb Downs.
Downs?
Caleb Downs going to the Saints.
I like that. I think both of us kind of understand that the Saints do need to get the work done on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah. I just think the safety is the move for them. I think that's a perfect move for them. I think they get Caleb Downs, and I think it's a great move.
Absolutely. And number 9, who do you have going?
I have Mansour Delane.
I actually do have Mansour.
I have Mansour Delane going 9 overall. I think they just need a corner. More than they need a receiver, they definitely need a corner. Obviously, they need a receiver.
Especially when you had that blockbuster trade for Trent McDuffie going to the Rams.
Right.
So you kind of
replacement.
Exactly.
So they need a corner. So I said, all right, just replace him with Mansour Delane. So.
Number 10 to the Bengals. I have Caleb Downs going here.
This is where I have Reuben Bain going to the Bengals. They just need anything defensively. They're such a great offensive team, but they've always been lacking defensively. So go get Reuben Bain.
And the thing about Caleb Downs is that he's a very good shutdown. Ohio State, we've seen it. We've seen him win with the national title with Ohio State, going into the 25-26 season. I mean, just fantastic overall player. And whoever gets him, whether we're right or whichever team gets him, they're gonna love this guy.
All right. And then we got the 11th. The 11th pick, I got Makai Lemon. I guess say Makai Lemon. Yeah, because they need a receiver.
In terms of just shoring up defense for the Dolphins, I say Jeremiah McCoy.
Oh, for like the corner situation for Miami.
Yeah, it's a little bad right now. Just being nice about it, but at the end of the day, if you can shore up that defense, especially in their secondary, you'll definitely get to start somewhere. But obviously, we'll see where it goes. But I say Jeremiah McCoy at the end.
I just look at him as like a replacement. For Jaden Waddle, because Waddle's gone. He went to got traded to the Broncos. So I feel like to replace him, you kind of need a receiver, and I think Lemon is the perfect fit for it. So that's why I picked Lemon. But 12, this is where I have McCoy going to the Cowboys. I just think I think Jerry Jones. He's gonna just salivate over the idea of having McCoy as a corner. Like he's gonna salivate. So. I got McCoy.
I got Keldrick Falk going to Dallas. I feel like someone's going to kind of overreach for him, and I feel like this is a very Jerry Jones-esque move.
Right.
So
okay.
I just feel like Keldrick Falk to the Stars. I mean, to the Cowboys.
To the Stars, respect. We got the 13th. This is where I have Jordan Tyson coming off the board.
I have Monroe Freeling.
Got more room for okay.
Add to that offensive tackle line. Add to the to the offensive line. You get him, get a big guy, a solid piece that can stay with the team for years to come.
I just think Jordan Tyson to the Rams, he can learn so much from Puka Nacua. I think he's a playmaker, so I think Matt Stafford is gonna have Jordan Tyson's gonna excel under Matthew Stafford. So I think it's a good move.
Number 14 to Baltimore Ravens. I got Mekhi Lemon going to Baltimore.
I got Kenyon. Just for the fact that they need a tight end. I think I like Mark Andrews, but Mark Andrews is in the down years of his career. So I feel like to kind of just like shift towards a new era, they will get the tight end from Oregon. So might as well. That's kind of my thought process.
Yeah, and Baltimore's had a lot of receiver issues.
Absolutely.
So they need a solidified wide receiver that Lamar Jackson, I almost forgot his name there. Lamar Jackson could throw to. 15, I got Jordan Tyson going to Tampa Bay.
This is where I got Omar Cooper Jr. going to Tampa Bay as well.
I think it'd be a great
They
pairing.
need a receiver, so either way,
and Emeka Ibuka and Tyson, that'd be great.
Either way is cool.
16, I got Spencer Fano going to the Jets.
I got T.J. Parker going to the Jets.
Okay, yeah, they Jets needs help everywhere. I think we can just conclude that right there.
For sure.
And then the last pick we got for this segment, 17, the Detroit Lions select Caden Proctor.
I think the Detroit Lions select Blake Miller. Just like a situation where
Decker got released and they had a retirement, so they need to fill that offensive line.
They need to fill, so I went with Blake Miller. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in to the show. I'm Joshua Williams.
I'm Adam Schneider.
And it's been a good show, and thank y'all for tuning in.
We all have our journeys that we cannot shy away from. For bulls and their riders, these journeys started before they were even born.
Oh, you think this is a game? Nah, this right here, this is the NBA G League. The world's most game-recognized game league. The most groundbreaking league. Most get-that-weak-stuff-out league. The most graduated league. Welcome to the world's most G League.
NBAstore.com, the official online store of the NBA, and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NBA fan gear. With unique designs by Fanatics, Nike, and all the latest styles for every NBA team, plus one-of-a-kind products and authentic collectibles. Shop now and get today's special offer. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
Prepare to experience an adrenaline shot of raw excitement like never before. The Professional Bull Riders Teams Championship is coming to Las Vegas. The world's top bull riders are teaming up and going head-to-head for the ultimate title of champions. October 20th through 22nd at T-Mobile Arena. Get your tickets now at AXS.com. Be a part of history and witness one team walk away with it all.
And
All right.
welcome back to Scoreboard Therapy. I apologize, Josh.
Locked in.
We're going to do part 2. We're going to do picks 18 through 32. And my name is Adam Schneider.
I'm Joshua Williams.
And let's get started and finish up for round 1 of our mock drafts. So, for pick 18, who do you have going to the Vikings?
Dylan.
I got
Simple.
Dylan
Simple.
Thieneman.
Simple.
They need secondary help.
Simple.
And the reason they need secondary help, Harrison is retiring.
Simple.
And-
like just a simple replacement.
Yeah, just that secondary just looked really sad.
Right.
Over this past season, we have seen that the Vikings' biggest vulnerability is that secondary. Even I can pass a touchdown to Roma Dunze. No, I'm kidding about that. But yes, the Inaman will definitely bring back that coverage that they need. And I think the Vikings could potentially make a run with him. So we'll have to see. But the Carolina Panthers pick at 19. I got Kenyon Sadiq going here.
I got KC going here. I think they need a receiver. Xavier doesn't look too good as of right now. Maybe he'll pick it up, but I feel like they got to go a route with some offense. And the route offensively is to go for a wide receiver. That's why I got KC.
Absolutely. And, I agree with that to an extent, but the reason I picked Kenyon Sadiq is that you can have a slot tight end over in the corner. He can go up for grabs, 6'3". And you could see in some of the highlights, if you've ever seen him play at Oregon, where he used to play, you can go up, grab a touchdown. I mean, you could see he has hops. He also is he's a speedster. He had a 4.3 40-yard dash. Now, again, just because what you see in the dash doesn't mean it'll translate to the NFL. I just wanted to make that part clear. So I think Sadiq would provide depth, and I think he would give Bryce Young just another weapon downfield. So, pick 20, the Dallas Cowboys select Josh?
Caden Proctor. This is where he goes to the Cowboys. I just think it's time. They just need offensive. You know what I'm saying?
I like that pick. I also got a tackle here. I got I forgot to name
your tackle.
Caleb Lamu.
Okay.
Out of Utah. I think big, strong, sturdy guy. I think he can hold down the line as well. And I think you're getting a very fierce competitor in the trenches there on the offensive line. 21, Ty Simpson.
I also have Ty Simpson. I think they're going away from Aaron Rodgers, and they're trying to look for that quarterback who can do something with that team in Pittsburgh. So.
And I don't know if you're thinking the same way I'm thinking, especially for Ty Simpson, but Pittsburgh has had a quarterback issue since Ben Roethlisberger has retired.
Correct.
And if they're not exactly going away from Aaron Rodgers, you bring him back for 1 year, have Ty Simpson develop under Aaron Rodgers, see how a Hall of Famer plays the game, and then the following year you have Ty Simpson starting as Aaron Rodgers retires. I think he is a project.
I feel like it's going to happen, but I feel like it's kind of cooked because I don't know. It depends on how bad the Steelers are. If the Steelers are really bad, they could just go out and get Arch or something like that. But I don't think they're going to be that bad, so I think Ty Simpson is the move.
Number 22, the Los Angeles Chargers select. Excuse me if I pronounce this name wrong, but Oliavega Iane.
I don't know if that's right, so I can't fact check that. But I got Peter Woods. They need help on the D-line. Simple as that.
They also need help with the offensive line. I mean, we saw in the first round that the Patriots just absolutely tore them up at the Chargers offensive line, and Herbert did not look good either. They need protection on that offensive line. So that in that case, that's why I went with the Penn State offensive tackle. I can't pronounce his name.
Just call him. There you go. Just call him the offense. All right, and then the 23rd is Eagles, right? Eagles pick.
Yes.
I got Max. I think they just need help with that line. I think Lane Johnson, his time is up. It's not up, but it's getting there. So I think a smooth replacement would be Max.
Okay. I actually have KC Concepcion going to Philadelphia because with the A.J. Brown stuff going on, we don't know if he's going to get traded, if he's going to stay, but you want to have a safety or a backup option for a wide receiver going into this draft. Wide receiver KC Concepcion can definitely bring that. Played at Texas A&M, played fantastic, and I think if he can translate that being the dual threat wide receiver he can be alongside Devontae Smith, you're definitely going to see something special in Philadelphia.
Okay. Good move. 24th, I got Spencer. I just feel like, man, Browns need everything to do with offense. I think their defense is really good though. Like they have like the best young defense in the league, but that offense, oh man, nobody says, all right, let's watch the Browns tonight for the offense. Nope. Go get an offensive tackle and get some help. For real.
Man. You're telling me you don't want to watch Jerry Jeudy catch that 40-yard pass?
Jerry Jeudy is. I can't name 5 people that I know personally who like Jerry Jeudy.
Hey man, you're not going to want to miss on the future Hall of Fame Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, because he changed his jersey number like it was going to make a difference.
Hey man, 12 to 2 more years doesn't exactly help your case.
Yeah, I think he's okay, bro. I think Shedeur's okay. He just needs help with the line, so I think Spencer does the job.
And speaking of the offensive line, I have Blake Miller going to Cleveland.
Okay.
Because their entire line left in free agency, which I have not actually seen before. I think that's freaking crazy. But I think starting to rebuild that offensive line to help get protection for Shedeur is critical because that offense is kind of poo-poo garbage anyways. So I would say start with your offensive line, then go wide receivers. Just protect Shedeur, give him an elongated career, see where it goes from there. Pick number 25, the Chicago Bears select Peter Woods. I mean, I don't know if he'll go that far realistically.
I don't think he's going that far. I got Keldrick Falk. I just think they need help. He's a great edge rusher.
Mm-hmm.
I just think they need help defensively. And there's your guy.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that.
The secondary also, I will say, needs a lot of help. A lot of our secondary did leave in free agency, but in this case, Peter Woods, I think, would be a solid defensive tackle, shoring up that front seven. And he's also a big dude. A lot of these guys are just big dudes, but this guy is a big dude. So, moving on, the Buffalo Bills select
Jacob Rodriguez. I'm betting on that only because of the simple fact that I think AJ's a Bill. So I was gonna have them get a receiver because Keon Coleman is not a one. I'm gonna keep saying that. But I think if they go get AJ, I think when they get AJ, their only issue is they don't have the definitive linebacker. So I would say go get Jacob Rodriguez.
Okay. Yeah, I got Omar Cooper Jr. going there.
Because the receiver issue. Yeah. Right, I'm saying I'm betting on AJ being a Bill. So.
See, they got DJ Moore, but you need to support that wide receiver cast as well. You can't just bank off of DJ Moore to just catch touchdown,
right.
because that makes your offense too predictable. If you can at least get Omar Cooper Jr. from Indiana, you at least can spread that offense a little bit more. Now, they got Khalil Shakur and DJ Moore, but also getting that number 3/4 wide receiver. Thank you. Khalil Shakur. Thank you.
I'm saying he's not a factor, bro.
No, I'm saying he's a number 2-3.
He's a 3. Keon's a 2.
But at the end of the day, you need to get those weapons to just spread out the offense more. You want to spread that secondary out at the end of the day. That's how you win. That's part of the reason why you win ball games. All right. Number 27, the San Francisco 49ers select. I had Akeem Mesidor going to the 49ers.
I had Denzel Boston to cover up his slack. He's not really a good route runner, but he is a very decent receiver. So I think pairing him with Mike Evans and that entire core of receivers is going to do wonderful.
Ricky Purcell as well.
Yeah. They're moving on from Ayuk, and I think Jennings he's okay. So I kind of feel like that's the new step in the right direction.
Yeah, I could see that. And also, I mean, that defense does need some work, especially if they keep getting hurt, especially if Fred Warner gets hurt.
If they're healthy, though, it's a problem.
Fred Warner is the defense in San Francisco.
Crazy.
So you add Akeem Mesidor, you're adding another weapon to help alongside Fred Warner.
All right.
So number 28, we got the Houston Texans selecting Caden McDonald, defensive tackle out of Ohio State.
I don't think they need anything defensively. I got Caleb. I think they need help on that line. CJ looked horrible. Quite frankly, that's my favorite quarterback in the league. You looked horrible, bro. So yeah, anything you help, anything offensively, get it. They're like the Texans are the best defensive team in the league. Anything offensively, go for it.
The reason I have defense is because there is no problem making your defense more scarier. You got Will Anderson there. You got the secondary is young, looking well,
and they got the best corner in the league. I don't
and
care.
that front seven, you add Caden McDonald.
It's gonna be scary.
It's gonna look exactly. It's gonna look really scary. Number 29, I have Kansas City selecting Zion Young.
I have them selecting Emmanuel McNeil Warren. This is a perfect fit.
Yeah, they need a replacement for Trent McDuffie.
It's a perfect fit. I think they can go either way. Probably put him at safety if they really wanted to. If they really wanted to, they could put him at safety.
The reason I picked Zion Young is because you're going to have to replace Chris Jones very soon.
Yeah, it's about.
And I think he's a great young weapon. Haha. Anyways, number 30, Miami Dolphins select. I have Denzel Boston.
I have Terrell, the corner from Clemson. They just need help defensively.
They need wide receiver help. They traded Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill is gone. Number 31, I have the Patriots selecting Max Ionaker.
No, you're good. You're good. I got 31. I got Zion Young. They just need help. They just need help.
I say you add strength to the offensive line. I think Max would definitely help with that, especially with how the Seahawks made him look during the Super Bowl. And last but not least, the Super Bowl champion Seahawks select Jacob Rodriguez.
I got Brandon CS because they just need help with the corner.
And that'll do it for this. This'll do it for this draft, this show. Thank you for watching.